Hello and welcome to part 3 of our early preview of Frostpunk 2. So in the last episode we were getting some stuff done. We've managed to get out a little bit into the Frostlands and we've managed to secure this coal mine as well as this little meager ration area here. It's a little bit of a hunting ground. Today I think we're going to try and move forward a little bit more with the city in terms of the time limit. We're not quite halfway but we're reaching there pretty fast, so let's see how we're doing. As far as we're going, we're still a little bit low on materials. We are stockpiling coal, which might not last for much longer because we're going to reach another cold spot, so that's not great. But we do have a food surplus, so we are filling our stockpile, getting ready for this big freeze in the whiteout. So let's see how we do. Overall, as I've kind of said, you know, it's quite different from Frostpunk 1 in a way. How much I enjoy it, I'm still kind of on the fence about. I am enjoying the game itself. I just don't know if it's as good as Frostpunk 1. But I think we'll see more when the full version's out. I think there's probably some UI changes that they can make. The UI is a little bit... I know it's a bit weird. I don't like how you can't zoom in all the way to the city. Like, you can only sort of see this macro level, which I guess is kind of what they're going for. They're going for a more... further out view of the game as it comes over here. So we've just finished our filtration towers here for the housing district, so we'll try and get that in a second. We've also got to have a little think about what we want to do for our next research. Now, advanced coal mines is kind of screaming out to me as potential in that it does cost some material demands, but it will massively increase our coal output. This is quite interesting actually. So the deep shaft coal mine obviously requires more workers and produces less coal, but doesn't increase the squalor, whereas the one by the machinists and the technocrats does. So we'll need to keep that in mind. Okay, what can we do? What are these logistic bays? So this means that we have more Frostland team output, which actually sounds like a much better idea. I think we do want to get, what is it, automated logistics bay or vanguard. This does require more workers, but I do like the idea of getting more Frostland team output just so we can go and explore a little bit more. So we'll develop that. It's going to take 12 weeks, that's absolutely fine. Let's have a little look over here, what's happening. Okay, longing to join his wife in the beyond. 90 years old, 90 summers, well, winter's more like. I've had a good life, I guess. Well, I've had a life anyway. Not everyone in the old Queen Heath crew can say the same. I'd always thought I'd be sharing my Liddy's grave, but now Pete's pressuring me to donate my body to the city. Apparently, them doctors are using dead folks' skin to fix up frostbite or something. Can't they leave me alone? Haven't I been through enough? The lack of laws regarding funerals is causing tension to rise throughout the city. Okay. So as far as I can tell, these sort of pop-ups are just basically to say, hey, you're going to have to sign a law about this soon, or some event's going to happen about this soon. It's trying to give you a little bit of forewarning, which is nice. It's nice that it does actually do that. Oh, that's cool. We can kind of see like our little railroad track here that's leading over to that coal mine. That's quite nice. How is our coal mine doing? Yep, shipping by road to the city. Very, very nice. So we'll keep our guys working on that. We don't have enough of our Frostland teams. In fact, we have nothing left, so maybe we want to try and reach towards another one of these outside of posts. Let's check the build. Where are they? So we've got one over here by this old way station, and we've got one over here by this one. Okay, good to know, good to know. How are we doing for shelter? We do have a little bit of shelter available. Our population is going up still, so that's very, very nice. We'll have to see how our coal stockpiles do as well. We've got a few heat stamps coming in, so we should be alright. We'll speed up the game ever so slightly. Oh, and we can propose a law, so we will remember to do that. I do kind of wish there was a bit more of a sort of cue, a sound cue to say, oh, by the way, you can pass a law. Maybe there is and I'm just missing it. But anyway, I mean, these are things they can all added. So what are these? Community service. So, yeah, so this is the changes we can make. People are divided. The law is supported by the Forgers and the Icebloods for exploration time to be reduced. But getting more materials output could be an idea. We are kind of lacking in materials. Yeah, let's propose this. And let's see if we can negotiate for some people. They're mostly for. Vote and negotiate has an active promise. Oh, I completely forgot about that. And it's against their worldview. So if we manage to convince the machinist to vote for it, we will grant you an agenda. Yes, so if you vote for it, we'll grant you an agenda. People are still divided, I think. Do we pressure? We can pressure and it would mean the law is supported. Yeah, I think we do. I think we do that rather than just leaving it up to chance. So what we got? We've got 69 for it, 51 required.
The delegates have spoken.
Yep, there we go. We've passed it in the chamber. I do quite like the political sort of game of this so far. It does feel quite interesting. Let's double check and see. Okay, so we need to grant these an agenda, because that was our promise to them. And we got to pass expedition support. Okay, good stuff, good stuff. We have got a little bit of disease, so we might have to do some research to see what we can do about that. So we can build a ventilation tower, but we need more of a workforce. Our workforce is quite low at the moment, so we can't really build another district, unfortunately. There's going to be a problem. We need more people, we need them fast. As far as these other places we can explore, they're all unsafe, so we're going to need more people, except for these plains. We could cut our coal mine and start having a little look around here. Let's maybe do that. Yeah, we'll turn off this coal mine. I think we're doing okay for coal at the moment. And we'll go and we'll launch this expedition over into the plains here. 31 more people are sick in the city. Okay, we do need to do something about this sickness. It's going to be a while until that research is done. And that's probably being increased by the squalor. And yeah, the squalor is probably increasing it slightly, and then the buildings are also increasing it a little bit. How are we running out of heat? We should have enough coal. We do not. Okay, so we do actually need those guys on the coal mine. Ah, dear. So we can start to see everything slightly falling apart, but we can't really pull those guys off of the exploration, I don't think. It's going to be a little while. 19 weeks. Do we have 19 weeks? We do. We can last with a little bit of cold, I think. I think we're all right. We're just going to have to deal with it. Oh, what's happening here? A rowdy funeral. Steward, there was a shameful display during a wake yesterday. Some of the deceased family wanted a traditional burial, while others complained about wasteful antics and said the body should be donated to further the city's healthcare. This could save people's lives, was answered with, I won't risk my father's soul. As more people got heated, they eventually came to blows. In the aftermath of the fight, the body disappeared and each side suspects the other of foul play. Sad it's not an isolated incident. Maybe we need common rules to get everybody on the same page. Yeah, okay, I think that's probably a good idea. So we've got to pass a law in the funerals category. We should have another council in a week. And that will do us. Things are obviously a little bit cooler inside the city. And we're starting to lose out on more people due to this sickness. Okay, we really need to sort out this sickness. But we also need other things. I guess as you're starting to... Okay, so we've got this here. Durable goods. Alright, let's... it did say it was supported, right? Yes, so let's vote for it. Durable goods. I can start to see, like, as you get further into the game, you're using up more of your stockpiles. It does seem to get a little bit harder. Obviously you've got like your nice little stockpile to begin with, but then things start to get a little bit more dicey. I wish it was a bit more obvious when things weren't quite, because it's like you're looking at your coal here and you are making 330 coal, but you're not fulfilling your heat requirements. So it's like it'd be nice to see that you're not making enough coal to fulfill your heat. I guess you're kind of getting that from the heat bit here, but it'd be nicer if that was just a little bit more obvious in my mind. We don't even have enough people to start breaking up the frost, so we're kind of stuck here a little bit, unfortunately. But hey ho, we're just going to have to deal with that. Once our expedition is done, hopefully we can find some more people. I think they said that they thought, yeah, possible findings, Frostland dwellers. So if we can find some more people to bring in, obviously then we have to worry about the housing, but we should have the bodies that we can use in order to do it. We might even shut down one of our research labs potentially. But we'll see what we can do. Goods factory, sawmills, coal mines, waste heat, waste management. Kind of looking more for like a doctor's thing somewhere, if we can potentially get it. There's railways, scout training, harvester hangars. I mean, we do have these filtration towers, but we need something that will get rid of sickness. Resource is done. Heat output is extremely increased for expanded extraction, expanded industrial. Okay. Or waste management facilities. This decreases squalor. Yeah, so this is a waste repurposing. I don't know why we wouldn't do this. I guess it's a high workforce requirement, but this one does actually increase disease, and we need to get this down. I can't really see any way we can do it easily. So I think disease is going to be quite an issue for us. It doesn't look like there's anywhere that's kind of leading towards like a doctor's hut or something like that. And we can't really zoom out. Oh, what's this? Oh, okay, so there's actually, I didn't even realize that there's other completely different tech trees. So there we go, there's hospitals, okay. Alright. Disaster averted. That would have been good to know beforehand, but never mind. What's this? Recovery hospital. This could be a good idea because it's got a high workforce requirement, but it increases disease and also increases our population growth. Interesting, interesting. Does need quite a lot of heat though. Yeah, I quite like the idea of that recovery hospital. Okay, so that's good to know. There's actually 3 different tech trees and I was just on the economy one this entire time, so we'll know that for the next time. And what's this happening here? Unwanted destiny. Steward. A father's come out of our offices with a son. They both actually hear them out. This boy's not cut out for blacksmith. His knack is for words, poetry. I can bend steel, but he can stir souls. Please let him be apprenticed under someone who can teach him to use his talent. We need to amend the law, so it would... Okay, so trust would go in. Yeah, I think we just say, nah mate, he'll be fine. He's a good blacksmith. Even if you don't think he is, he will be one day. I'm sure of it. Okay, our food stockpile is pretty much done. Maybe we can actually just shut down this food district for now. Blooming cold. As the coal problem in our city continues to worsen, we must take action to protect our citizens. In these harsh conditions, everyone needs a roof over their heads, enough heat to warm their homes. Is general allowing us to heat the city, or do we need to extract more fuel? Cold has risen to a concerning level. Okay, yeah, so we need to extract some more coal. So let's do that. We'll build up our extraction district like so, and we'll build that up, and we'll get another coal mine soon. We do have enough of our food stockpile, and we are actually still getting a little bit, so... And the expanse has been explored. Let's see what we found. So, there has been an old igloo, and there has been banished foragers. Yep, so let's bring them in. Yes, fantastic. Let's bring them in. We need more people, more workers, more resources. Which is also a fantastic city builder if anybody is interested. Workers and resources. Probably one of my favourite ones in recent memory. So we've got to pass a expedition support. So what was that? Was that under society? We've also got to pass these funerals. We've got a lot to do, unfortunately. A lot to do. So where was that rule? I'm not seeing it so far. Basic necessity, outriders, community service. Oh, this one we needed the expedition support. Okay. I mean, we did promise it. Yeah, let's put this to a vote. Supported. Yeah, let's just vote for it. 51-4 out of the 51 required. Yep, they've supported it. It should at least speed up our expedition team, so at least there's that. Excellent. Let's keep going. Yep, so trust increases. Foragers like us a little bit more. Can we ask you for a little bit of moolah? No, we cannot. Been a little bit too soon. Okay, let's continue on. So we're building up our coal mine. Fantastic. And we're not quite making heat demand, so let's see if we can build a coal mine. Doesn't look like we've got the people for it, unfortunately, but maybe with these extra folk coming in from the expedition, have they already arrived? No, they have not. So hopefully with them we can get to the point where we're all right. We might even shut down this bio-waste drum hothouse. We're losing a little bit of food, but that's okay. Yeah, let's build up this grinding coal mine. And that should mean that we have more than enough coal available for us to use. A little bit lacking on materials, unfortunately, but as long as we can get the heat up a little bit, we'll get the hospital up as well. How are we doing for shelter? We're doing all right. Have we already expanded this? We have. Part of me is wondering if we get rid of this research institute. Yeah, let's get rid of this research institute, and we're going to build ourselves a hospital. That'll help us a little bit as well with our lack of workers. So what's this? Youth. So dutiful youth. We're going to increase the number of workers. Trust will rise. I actually kind of like the idea that crime will go down and we will get some more active workers. Yeah, let's do that. Good stuff. So we're researching that. Council's still in recess. We've got 6 weeks to pass a funeral thing, but we've also got 8 weeks to the machinists get an agenda. I think we're going to annoy someone. What's happening over here? Little Joey's been coughing all night. His forehead's as hot as the generators. It's them Turners. I knew it. They got that new flu, and here they are strolling about the neighbourhood carrying on with their business. They're killing people. That's what they're doing. Oh, please, Lord Almighty, I can't stand to lose another child. Someone's going to do something to him. A lack of a law regulating contagion prevention is causing tension to right throughout the city. Alright. We'll keep that in mind. We've got a lot of laws to pass. Ice Bloods rallies build support. Stuart, the Ice Bloods start gathering for rallies supporting your rule, showing off frostbite scars and almost inhuman resistance to cold. They enthrall passers-by with feats of strength and endurance. One of them could even strip half naked and wrestled a bear with their bare hands. Good going on you, pal. Cold and hard as steel, a man like that could survive anything, said an onlooker. What could we become if we cast away the superficial gizmos and relied on inner strength? The Icebloods proclaim several things they believe will improve the city even further. Do you want to support them? I think we just don't show support. Rally begins collapsing. Your relations with the Icebloods deteriorate. They no longer support you enough to rally in your favour. If you improve relations, they might again campaign in your name. Okay, interesting. I think it was probably right not to do that, but maybe that's just me. And there's something going on here. Not sure what. Maybe it's just, I guess it was that rally. Alright, okay, now we gotta pass something to do with funerals. So, society funerals. Do we want ceremonial funerals? I mean, I kind of like the idea that we reduce the disease a little bit. And getting more research speed is never bad. Yeah, I think we do that. We need to do something about the disease, guys. I'm sorry. Okay, won't negotiate. Open to negotiate. Yeah, let's get the foragers in. Vote for. What can we give you? What could we give you? I don't want to demolish these grinding coal mines because we kind of need them. Weather adjusted shifts could be an idea. Yeah, okay, let's promise them that. They'll support the law then. And we'll see if we need to give them anything more. No, so that's the law support, so let's pass that. That should help us a little bit with our disease problem that we're currently having. And hopefully this will work out for the best. If not, well, that's a little bit awkward, I think. Okay, I see we've managed to do that. Trust is increasing. People do trust us quite a lot, which is nice. Cannot complain about that. We are getting a good amount of coal in. That's our new people coming in as well. Oh wow, look at that massive population increase. Okay, we need to start getting some houses out. So let's join them up over here. We kind of build a housing district around like so. Should hopefully help us a little bit with the heating. Let's see as well if we can get another building, because we wanted to build a recovery hospital. There we go. Yep, so we'll build that over here as well. And we'll start frost breaking out towards this other bit here. And then have a little look out into the Frostlands and see what we can do. So is there any other easy places we can expand into? There's this valley over here. Yeah, let's launch our expedition over here. And we'll see how we do. Our stockpile of food is going down, but we are stockpiling up coal, which is good because we're very, very soon to that whiteout. We're going to keep an eye on that. What's wrong with them? The steward refused our call for a better world. Why? If creating a place that tries to adapt to this new world is wrong, then what is right? This is folly. It's clear there's no other way. The Ice Bloods grow more radical because their steward refused their desires. Their fervour increases. Okay. So I guess if you start to piss people off a little bit, then they get a little bit more fervorous. Okay, yeah. So we're going to have to keep a little eye on that from our various groups of people. Interesting, interesting, interesting. How are we doing? So disease is now absent. That is good. But people are cold because we just don't quite have enough houses. Yeah, extremely increased by lack of our housing. We've broken our promise to the machinists. They do not like us at all. Have a little look at our research. Let's have a little look at the economy research and see what we can do. This is housing block. Requires an expanded housing district, so this is just lets us get more people in. Subsidized housing block to increase our heat stamp income, or a dense housing block which increases disease. I mean, part of me is wondering about the subsidized one where we get a little bit more income, because other than goods, it seems like our income is our one limiting factor. We still are only making, I guess we're making 21 from population now. But getting an additional 1 could help us quite a bit, and we will expand out this heating district as well as best we can. We'll just kind of snake around like so, and hopefully that'll be enough. Once we can get enough housing together, we should be alright. We are out of goods nearly, I think. Yeah, we are spending our surplus. 18 from the stockpile every day. Okay, so we're going to need to try and make some more of that as well. Additionally, we also need to build another materials extraction district over here. So what does this do here? This district is not working. Ah, okay, so when we build this near our food district, we increase the squalor of it. Good to know. Let's just build our extraction district over here. It's over here by these this iron mine, and they should be able to get some more materials for us. Delegate session. Vote on dutiful youth. Ah, right, yep. I think this is one of the things I promised, so people are divided. A small... Wonder if I just pressure everybody. It means the law is supported. I don't have to promise anything else. I'm already promising quite a lot. Yeah, let's pressure them. People trust us quite a bit. We're obviously doing a very, very good job. Otherwise they wouldn't. And that is what we were telling them. Yeah, and the law has been passed. Fantastic. How are we doing in terms of week? We're a week 171 already, so this is over the halfway mark. We're coming up to our first weather event here. Because we've got these guys ready, we're actually going to enable our food stuff here. So we're now stockpiling food, we're stockpiling coal. Still don't have enough shelter. We need to build more shelter. Okay, so let's get another housing district up, like so. So it's quite easy at the beginning to be okay when it comes to your placement of your districts, but as it expands outwards, you're starting to have to worry about your adjacency bonuses a little bit. In debt to the past, dutiful youth steward, a group of dutiful youth members have come forward with a humble request. I was a rebel before, but old Mr. Freeney showed me the way to be a man. Spending time with him and his generation, we understand how much we owe them. We can't imagine what it was like to survive with the whiteout years, what sacrifice they had to make. He and his peers wish to organise a thanks and remembrance ceremony, during which they will reward the eldest residents from every community with gifts and medals. Should we fund this endeavour? Yeah, I think that's probably a good idea. So we massively reduce our heat stamp per capita. The Technocats don't really like us, but it does improve our relation with the Ice Bloods, which I think is probably a good idea. Which does actually make them really, really like us. We're now favourable with them, so worst comes to worst, we can always just ask them for money. It did kind of cut our heat stamp in half a little bit, and we are out of our goods. Not great, not great. How are we doing over here? Yeah, we're doing alright. We've got some more buildings we could potentially build as well. Potentially worth building this ventilation tower over here, just to reduce our squalor just a tad. Oh, the music's starting to hit up a little bit. Not ideal, not ideal. Let's see as well if we can get any more housing stuff. No, we don't have the money for it. Okay, how are our guys doing outside? Cross-hand sites under wireless will be cut off and disabled. So they might die. That would be a big shame if that was the case. But we will just have to see. Promise the foragers, we're going to research weather adjusted shifts. Which I imagine that's going to come under survival. Okay, so it's this one over here. Alright, yeah, we've promised that we do it. Greece is diseased. Yeah, let's do it. And then we can also propose a law. Let's double check and make sure we haven't promised anybody anything. We have not, so let's have a little think about what we want. We're not able to do anything with rules, so we're not able to rule with an iron fist quite yet. But soon, very, very soon. We've got unregulated worker shifts going on at the moment. Anything we can do in economy? Let's maybe try and get ahead of this contagion, because we already had a issue. So we could support quarantine, or have them carry an infection badge. I think that might be better than subsidizing them. Yes, let's do that. People are divided. What can we do? What can we do to negotiate with you? Active promise. They want this against their worldview. Okay, machinists, you don't really like me, but what can we promise you? We can grant you agenda. We will do it this time. Honest. We will. Okay, so 47-4. I think we just go for the vote. It says people are divided, but we're very close to that 51 required. We just need a couple more. Yeah, there we go. The votes came in the last second, massively past it. Maybe didn't even need to promise the machinists anything, but never mind. We managed to get our infection badges passed, so that should hopefully not cause any issues. The main issue we can see here is this coal is nearly depleted. It will run out. I mean, it's not going to run out until after the preview is done. So at least there's that. What about over here? Yes, let's bring these guys back. Hopefully they can get back before the issue we're going to have, and we'll just maybe try and... What are we worse on, coal or we're spending coal? Yep. So let's bring... We don't have enough resources. Okay, that's interesting to know. We remember, Stuart, thanks to our funding. So we've reduced tension in the city because everybody's happy that we had supported our elders. Fantastic. We're nearly out of resources, and both our coal mine over here and over here, we're using quite a bit. Escape from the toil. Works tirelessly to care of their patients. Their efforts seem to be greatly appreciated, since many of the patients do not want to leave their beds, claiming they're still sick and need more time to recover. They're not sick anymore. We know it's best. But the way things work, we have to take good care of them until they feel they can go back to toiling, said one of the nurses. People misuse the stay this hostel, trying to get as much leave as they can. What can be done? Give them a finger and they'll take your hand. We should refine our release procedures. That sounds good. We need people working. We need more and more people working if possible. We don't have anywhere else we can mine coal here, which is a little bit worrying. We can't quite afford a logistics district. How are we doing for materials? We're still slightly not good enough. Can we construct something to improve our extraction? Probably the untreated sawmill. Material production becomes inefficient. Good to know. The storm is here. It is cold. Promise to the foragers has been kept. We are currently idle. Things are not looking good. Let's get some watchtowers maybe, just so we can get some guards. I like the idea of these. Patrol or watchtower? Maybe patrolling would be best. Otherwise, this one here for the lower workforce could also be quite nice. Let's maybe get that one. Okay, so how are we doing? We have nowhere near amount of heat that we need. What's the temperature? Minus 80. It's going to be a couple of weeks until this is over. Alright, okay, yep. We need to... Yeah, vote on this. Pass this, please. We're all freezing to death in this storm. Things are not looking very good, it must be said. Let's see, alright. Okay, come on, guys, we can get it through. Everybody is very, very cold. We still don't have enough shelter, which is probably why. So let's get some more housing districts if we're able to. Yep. We need one more. This is going to increase the squalor a little bit, but we need it. Fortunately. We can't expand this. Oh, we can. Yeah, so let's expand this out as well. We just need to get enough housing for everybody. What's this person? Cold calculation, catastrophic cold. We want to prioritize house heating if we can. And we just really don't have enough for the mines, do we? Not at all. We don't even have enough materials really for the coal mines, so our stockpile of coal is already gone. God, it really is very, very cold, isn't it? But hopefully we can do alright. Tensions are very, very high. If we can just get everybody inside a house. Yep, there we go, good. So everybody's now at least inside a house, but the cold is still coming up. And I do actually quite like this little tension thing. I didn't notice this before, but tensions are starting to bubble over, as we can see with this lovely little infograph. So, what can we do? What could we possibly do? Is it worth getting this Vanguard logistics bay just in the future? When we come out, it would mean that we could suddenly get back on coal production. Come on guys, we just need to last a little bit longer. And by a little bit longer, I mean quite a while. Should be praised, at least it's warm here. The factory was unbearable today, got me some fingerless mittens, but this cold may very well make me fingerless myself. Sally has these thick sealskin gloves. Sure, she barely gets anything done, and at least she won't get frostbite. I should get a pair. That's if I ever get out of bed. It's so warm in here. You prioritise heating housing districts. Okay, come on guys. We're alright. We're okay. We just gotta keep on heating. Not really anything we can do with our Frostland teams at the moment, just because this storm is so bad. Yeah, you can kind of see here in the Frostlands, it's just completely covered in snow. Absolute blizzard. Let's see this new law. Oh, it's not a new law. That was our research. We got to grant the machinist the agenda. Fantastic. 422 people just froze to death in the city because the heating is catastrophic. Okay, not good. Okay, delegate session machine adjusted shifts to increase squalor. Well, we can deal with squalor now, so I'm not that bothered. Let's see if we can negotiate for this. We'll negotiate partially opening. Okay, what can we do? If you guys vote for, and we can tell you what, we'll give you scout training. I kind of support that anyway. Law supported, fantastic. Let's get voting on it.
The proposed law
We've got a little bit more time to get through this storm. I'm gonna see what we can do. It's happening. Deaths due to cold. People keep freezing to death, and the cold's brought down deaths, worsen relations with everyone. Trust falls, so we're losing trust. Tensions are boiling over. I really don't know what we can do about this. We haven't expanded this extraction, so let's maybe try that. We'll just expand this out, and hopefully we'll be able to deal a little bit more coal mining with that. As far as I can see, there's no other coal available on this map. No, it's just this coal here. We didn't manage to fully get the stockpiles filled up for this storm. I didn't quite realize how bad it was going to be, and we were trying to juggle a bunch of other stuff as well. But we've got conservative treatment, we've got experimental treatment. Yeah, you know what, we'll get that. I'm just going to try and save as many people as we can if they get frostbite. There's this resource, we've got 110 weeks of that. I don't think we're really worried about surviving 110 weeks, but we are nearly there. So close, so close. Another 8 weeks or so. We'll be alright. More people may die, but we've got some workforce available. And disease is going up because of the cold. Things are really starting to boil over here. Notable tensions now within the city. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that. And we may be... we don't really need the guards at the moment. At the very least. I think we're okay. At least we're stockpiling food. We still have a bunch of food left. Just everything else we're a little bit lacking on. So with that in mind, I don't think we should send out people to Frostbreak in these kind of conditions. But we're nearly there. 3 more weeks. We can make it. Let's have a look at the law. We can pass any more survival ones. Don't think we support any of these. What about the economy? Anything we can do here? We've already basic necessities. Anything we can do? So we got paid essentials here. I do quite like the idea of this. I think we will try and propose this and see if we can get people to negotiate on it. Has active promise. They want this. Machinist. Okay, okay. You vote for this. You can choose the next law in the council. You are tolerated, accepted, trust. Yeah, it gets it through. I think we need to do this. We need to get the more money rolling in if we possibly can, just so we can clear out more of the ground, so we can get some more materials once the storm is over. I see. Let's do it. Paid essentials enacted. Is it wise for the steward to list them? Things are really boiling over. New law available. Pencils in recess. Okay. Good to know. What's happening here? Technocrat suggest action cold. Research blasting coal mine to solve the problem with a solution. Promise to reduce the coal to a minor quality of 60 weeks. Yep. I think we should be able to do that. Because the storm is over. Oh, look at that. A balmy minus 40. If that doesn't scream house painting weather to you, I don't know what is. Alright, and with that, we've managed to survive our first whiteout, but there is another one coming very, very shortly. But we're also on week 221 out of our total 300 weeks for this preview. Learned a lot this episode, must be said. Definitely good to know that there are other research trees that I've just entirely missed. So that does expand things out a little bit more than just focusing on the survival aspect of it. But anyway, I think we'll pause this part here and we'll get on to finishing everything in the next part. Otherwise, really enjoying Frostpunk 2 just now. It's definitely different from Frostpunk 1, but still quite enjoyable. Be interesting to see how things work out when they do release the game proper. I just want to say thank you very much for watching, and until next time, take care.